Yeah, he's paused now. So SCV's here moving forward just to scout a bit as we wait for Roz to fix his lag issues. Obviously downloading something. I can't talk to him, I'm not a ref, so he says it's C. I think though it's a fairly even game right now. As they just resume in a second, hopefully. There we go. So just having a look now, it's fairly even, although I would say deth, slight advantage to the gold, and obviously killing the Nexus a while ago. I reckon that advantage though from killing the Nexus is gone. He is coming in here to kill this SCV. It'd be nice for him to take a fourth now, but no, he's not doing that. SCV here scouts the third. Maybe a drop right now, but hey, these players are playing. We do see a fourth going up from deth over here, so looking to expand. I mean, it's turned into a macro game. It makes all the sense in the world just to take bases and bases, especially if you have the money extra. Like, you might save up a bit, you might be too busy microing, you might save a bit up. Makes sense to take another expansion at that point. We see a push here humming from the Roz here. He's moving forward. Is he going to push in? He does have Immortals in there. These Banshees though, that's very Zealot heavy. Really? And there's how many Stalkers are in there? 6 Stalkers, there's a few High Templars as well, but Banshees really, although keep in mind, you can feedback on the Banshees and basically kill them outright if they're on full energy. So if I were deth and I did see that, I would start wasting the energy. Like, I just burn it off so that if they do get feedback, they don't take much damage. That's me. Obviously, he's going to be keeping observers in this pack, so he can detect those Banshees if they do cloak. I mean, all he's got to do is detect them, feedback a few times, and he's lost all his Banshees. That could be quite devastating. We see Roz here starting to float a little bit of money. He's at 2,400 minerals. That's not good. He could be building more bases with that money. Terran, though, not really floating that much, just starting to save up. He's taking his 5th base as well. He is denying the 5th base with Protoss here. He built one little supply depot here. That's smart. I like that, to be honest with you. This pro's going to take a while to kill that, or he has to send some units over. He's pushing towards this way. Is he going to do anything with this, or is he just having a bit of a look? Just keep an eye on this. We just see a lot of Templars here. That's 7 Templars, and they look pretty high on energy, so there's going to be a lot of storms if there isn't good EMPs happening on them. This looks like a bit of engagement here. He's moving forward. He's popped shields. He's moving in. Cloak Banshees come in. And is he going to feedback? He's starting to feedback some stuff. He's starting to storm as well. Banshee's taking damage. Banshee's dying, actually. Storm's going off, but he is losing quite a lot of his units. Zealot's moving forward. In fact, with his legs, they really are chopping up the army. No EMPs really did that much that time. And looks like Protoss will take this little battle here. Whether he's going to have enough left at the end of it or not is going to be the question. He's got Vikings on it. Like Vikings at this point. Might just be left over from earlier on. Is he going to be able to hold off against this? Possibly got Greedy taking that 5th base so soon. He's going to pull back though. Good army exchange from the Terran player here. Obviously being up on bases. Every time you exchange your army, if you are using your money and not just stockpiling it, you are going to build back faster and bigger. So the advantage is to the player that is building back. Although, I mean, this second push could do a bit of damage. It was macroing during that push. A lot of Zealots there, a lot of High Templar. So these Banshees aren't going to have as much energy. In fact, they've got no energy now, so feedback isn't going to do as much. It was quite devastating that first push. Zealot's charging in here. In fact, he's just pulling back here to the planetary fortress. That's going to basically hold off the attack by itself. He pulls back. He knows he can't hold that. He needs to either push to a different base. Storm going down. This actually is doing a lot of damage. In fact, Storms will take out those SCVs so they can't repair it. He could take out this expansion. If he takes out this expansion, he will be ahead in this game. He's taking quite a bit of damage. He doesn't have that many units here, though. I don't know if he can take it out, especially with Banshees here and units moving in. It's going to be quite close. Mule's getting dropped, but not doing anything. They need to be repairing. In fact, he is repairing that up with his 2 SCVs, so we'll hold that off. Very good from deth there. Just getting a slight advantage. Lost a lot of SCVs, though. Checking the income tab, he is slightly behind, 59 to 53. Although he does have that extra base now. His supply depot is still here, so he has not taken that, and he still hasn't taken his gold. So it's 3 base against 5. All deth has to do now is get enough buildings up to support this 5 base or this 2 base advantage, and he'll basically just out macro his opponent despite being late game. He's just got to worry about those High Templar though, because High Templar have a bit of a way of killing armies by themselves. So just being able to, as long as he doesn't drop his micro, he's looking in a very good position. Gold going down now from Roz. Still the islands left. He's taking this 5th one as well up here, so looking to try and catch up as far as macro goes. But hey, we'll have to wait and see what these players can do. There are planetaries up at these ones here. I don't know if you needed a planetary at all 3 of these, but hey, could have gone for some extra mules or something. Some of these bases getting mined out now up here. Probably could move this to the island expansion and take that. I mean, obviously you can lift off orbital commands. That is awesome. He's got the factory still over here. Just a bit of But going back into the macro mode now, the guys just building up their armies, just checking the units real quickly. Ghosts are out, not much else going on really. Not really. Let's have a look at the resources. Let's have a look at supply really. So Protoss is behind in supply by about 30 right now. So whether that's just because he's obviously going for a lot of Banshees, which can be killed quite quickly with feedback, that's probably the advantage he's got right now. But it's going to come down to micro. High Templar really do skew the battle. Like, you can have less supply and still win. As two Ghosts come in here, taking some shots, and he actually EMPs almost all the High Templars. That was quite big. He's morphing them into Archons now. Suspects a push from his opponent. I'm looking on the minimap, and he's not moving. So actually, a big move there, sending some Ghosts through and just EMPing High Templar. Would have liked him follow, that was a decent EMP. He could have followed that up with a push, but he has warped in more High Templar now, and they do have energy. He has got the amulet, so he can storm as soon as they spawn. He's cloaked his Banshees now, either getting rid of his energy or he's preparing to do a bit of a backstab. Getting rid of energy I like, because obviously against High Templars they can feedback, which I've said like 12 times in this game. Small bio army, but he's very Banshee heavy, so I like this. Just checking his upgrades real quick on this. He's 3-3, so max upgrades on his Banshees. These things are going to do sick damage. The Warp Prism here spots this push here. He's going to get up a missile turret in case his opponent does something. And he can come in here and snipe buildings. So he's going for the robotics bait. Worried about Colossus. I don't know if he needs to be. He's got a lot of Banshees. Taking out the... Look at the damage these Banshees are doing. It's crazy. Templar Archive's going down. Is he pulling anything back? He's got High Templars coming back, so he's going to try and storm them. Is he going to? He is trying to storm them. He's doing a bit of damage to them. He's picking off those High Templars. You can probably do a few more damage here if he takes out a few gateways and pull out. I mean, these are all sort of low health Banshees. You don't want to lose this at this point because your opponent can push. He's taking out Templar Archives as well, so he's basically killed his opponent's tech. His opponent has basically the only High Templars he has is the ones he has alive. So what's he got? 4 High Templars, and he's got to build back both tech buildings to get them. Sorry, 8. He's got 4 here. So quite a decent blow there. Good little pick off. He didn't take any losses on these Banshees, and he can simply repair them back up. So I love that little hit and run. He's putting turrets up here because he did see the Warp Prism. Doesn't want that doing damage. As we approach the 30-minute mark, I feel like I've been talking forever. This is turning into a bit of an epic game. This is right now 5 base against 5 base. I do see this command center going to take the island. Protoss have a harder time taking this island. In fact, if Terran is sneaky, he could take it, put a planetary and some turrets there and get that 7th base, which would give him a decent advantage, especially later in the game. Like we're talking, if everything gets mined out, it's whoever's going to have these islands that's going to win. In fact, if everything gets mined out, Roz might have a slight advantage, actually taking his things last. But here we go, push here. He has got a lot of energy on those. He's getting, that's a good storm hitting most of the units. Knocking those Banshees quite low. Banshee's in red. Another storm, although he's losing a lot of his High Templar. He's coming in over here. He has lost most of his units. Coming in from 2 sides. He is going to lose this fight. He's pulling back with his High Templars, storming as much as he can. But getting a lot of storms off. That is devastating. Killing a lot of units. A lot of units are red. As some Zealots come here, try and clean it up. The Banshees are still alive. He needs to take out those Banshees. Apparently I'm slowing the game down, but that's not going to be quite right. Still 6 Banshees up. Taking out this gold expansion is quite big right now. He still has quite a lot of minerals left in it. He did take it quite late, and these Banshees are going to clean it up. If he's going to move here, so he's got 2 choices right now. He can move towards his main and take out his tech, stuff in the mine here, or he can move towards his expansions and take out his actual income. Losing almost all his 2 Banshees left now. So 3, I didn't click on one of them. So High Templars there, just doing so much damage, but not quite enough. Just a few units live. He's warping in more High Templars. Obviously, put his tech back. They're getting killed before they can come in. Obviously, 3 Banshees doing a lot, but he warps in around the Stalkers, and that will clean up almost all that air. He has come over here now, and he is killing all this. A lot of probes coming forward. Probes do quite a bit. He's taking out this Nexus. He's building it straight back. He has the money too. He's on 3k minerals right now, floating a little bit. And basically just pushing forward. He's losing all his probes, so let's check the income tab real quickly. As his updates, we'll get to see how much damage that really did. He's actually going to kill this off. Stalker's coming through, trying to clean this up. Good EMP as well, killing the shields. He might actually clean these Stalkers up as well, which would be big, because he can move into this last base that he has mining. So this is the last base he has income from now. He has got cannons up though, so it's not going to do too much. But he has cleaned up 2 of his 3 harvesting bases, obviously the main and the natural mined out, and Death has taken his island at this point. Cannons up, so these are going to get shut down. He should run away from that. Yep, especially with Zealots and High Templar there. Save those units. Trying to come in here to cut off. I like this. Obviously, you don't want him keeping those Banshees. They are cloaked, and you can't see them though. Coming over here, maybe take out some free probes, try and do some long distance harvesting. Has some reinforcements coming in over here. In fact, this could be game. But really, if he's only got one harvesting base, he's going to be just out macroing a long game. All Death has to do is start macroing up, deny these 2 bases he's just killed, and he can actually move this way and take out his tech. GG, Roz loses the first of the best of 3, so we get to move on to game 2 now. Stay tuned.